I tried so fucking hard to push him away. I said, just separate from me already. Just so nonchalant, just separate from me already. Like, just do it. And instead of granting my half-assed, half-hearted request, what does he do? He does the complete fucking opposite. He doubles down with love. Fucking jerk. So what happened? After years of building my business, I was building it up, building it up, building it up. I finally had it all. I was the woman who had it all, everything that I wanted. I was mentoring these exceptional clients in entrepreneurship. I was making more money than ever before, and even choosing to live in two different places with my husband to keep our relationship strong after all these years. So I had the house in the suburbs. I had the apartment overlooking Brisbane City from South Brisbane. Life was magical, like absolutely magical. Even the apartment numbers added up to the number of eight, which is prosperity and abundance. And I could feel it. I was in my Lauren Lux Life era and everyone saw it. I even got called Lauren Lux Life and I received, I was like, yes, yes, this is it. And then the biggest financial influx of my life came through. Not personally, professionally. I received more money than ever in my business. And instead of celebrating, or as well as celebrating, I should say, my entire system shut down. And it was so weird. I knew it was happening as it was happening. I was like, I felt this sense of doom. I can feel it now in my body just saying those words. I knew I'd hit this peak and I just contracted so fucking hard. And I just felt my creativity dwindle. I felt like who would want these offers? I started to doubt hard. And it was so weird because I was just in this peak, like I was just in it, and everything was amazing. And I had all the support, and I had the stellar clients, and I had the two places, and I couldn't understand it. And it was so interesting that the feeling came before the reality. The feeling of doom came before the reality. I could just feel it happening. I was like, whoa. Money was something that I wanted. And so I didn't quite get why was I suddenly rejecting it. I mean, that's why I was in business, not just to make money, but that's why we don't have it as a hobby, right? We're there to be of service, live out our purpose, fulfill our mission, and make money from it so that we're adequately supported and we can circulate it. That's what women in business do. That's what we do really fucking well. I had built my business up to receive, and I was suddenly rejecting receiving, especially in the form of money. And what started as this minor frustration that I was anticipating turned into one of the deepest initiations of my life. So deep, so long, so shadowy, so protracted. And it happened for me so that I could face the truth. And the truth was, I only let money flow when I felt loved. I only let money flow when I felt loved. Let. I was complicit in this. And conversely, if I didn't feel loved, the money couldn't land. It couldn't come through. Just block it. Block, 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 block. Because for me, money and love equals worth. It's this triad. this love triangle, this thruple that my brain had created. And it created this belief from a very young age. It was this formula that I never questioned, but it was always there. And it was built by the part of me that learned to equate receiving with being good enough and with being worthy enough. See, worthiness has more charge for me than being good enough. That's like, oh yeah, I'm good enough. But being worthy, oh, am I? Am I? And the thing about my worthiness is it was wobbling. It would peak so high sometimes. It would just go gangbusters. Like, of fucking course I'm worthy. And then there'd be this erosion. Sometimes it was an erosion, and sometimes it was just this drop from, whoa, I'm way up here to, whoa, I'm not. And it's taken years of unpacking because this is one of the things that I'm here to heal in this lifetime. This is the biggest thing I'm here to heal in this lifetime. And when I felt disconnected from love, I unconsciously shut down my capacity to receive in my business, in my relationship, through my bank account, in everything. So, what I did with Ed was I tested him. I wanted proof that his love was conditional. And instead, he proved to me that his love was anything but. Where I expected love to be withdrawn, he kept showing up. When I tried to push him away, he pulled me closer. Where I demanded proof that love had a price, he refused to put one on it. And that freaked me the fuck out. Because when you've grown up within a very different set of conditions around love and money, even though you desire something, even though you want it with every single fiber of your being, if it's unfamiliar to you, there is a part of your subconscious that will say, this is unfamiliar, I reject. And I saw money and love as something that had to have this equal exchange, this tit for tat, give and take, invisible tally board. That wasn't by choice. For as long as I wasn't aware of it, it wasn't by choice. But there was a part of me that was choosing that and choosing to keep that playing out. So once things got really bad and I was supported in a process to really look at that and to look at all of love and money and worth in the context of my relationship with Ed, first and foremost, then I could see what I was choosing. Before that, it's very hard to see. And I'm grateful for that big influx, because not only for the influx, because it was so fucking pleasurable. It was so much fun. And it showed me back then what was possible. Not just possible, but inevitable. But I had to have really go into that part of me that wasn't 100% comfortable with that being the standard. And I had to rebuild in a number of ways. And so, in seeing love as this tit for tat, give and take, I saw it as like something that had to be perfectly balanced, or else it would be withdrawn, it would be taken. And when you go through life believing love or money can disappear at a moment's notice, you start to withdraw. And when you go through life believing that love or money can disappear at a moment's notice, you start to withhold. There's something like love or money being withdrawn made me withhold, right? If I'm not going to see it, if I'm not going to get it, I'm going to hold back. If I think it's going to be there and then it's not, I'm going to withhold. I'm going to literally hold myself back even though I desire it. And Ed, he wouldn't let me. He wouldn't let me withhold. He wouldn't allow it. And I had two choices from that moment on. Keep pushing, keep testing, keep resisting his love until I finally walked away from everything I deeply wanted just to prove that part of me right. That was my first choice. My second was to allow it and to go all the fight. My second option was to allow it and go all the way fucking in on this relationship, to get curious about what it would be like, what it would mean to truly receive from him, to receive unconditional love. And more than that, to show up as the woman who owns that she's worthy of it. As always, I'm up for a challenge. Because I knew that this was the thing I was here to heal in this lifetime. Maybe not to completion, maybe not in one perfect, seamless transformation. That's not the point. The point with this wound is to go all in on healing it to the best of my red-blooded ability, to know and remember my humanness in the midst of it, so that I can lead my life with power, so that I could lead my daughters, so that I could lead the woman, and so that I can lead the women who look to me, not just in business, but by opening and so that I could lead the women who look to me, not just in business, but by showing them that they too can open to receive it all. The love, the connection, the pleasure, and yes, the money. Because you don't have to choose. You just thought you did. And where life, intimacy, and business feel like one rolling climax is when you let yourself have it all unconditionally. This is exactly what we do in Open to Receive, which is my one-time session with 7 days of follow-up support. Together, we recalibrate how you receive, because you already know what you're capable of, and you already know that you desire not just more, but you want it all. But to step into that next level of wealth, you have to stop abandoning what you want and start embodying the woman who has it all right now. This session will show you exactly how to release what's blocking you, or this session will show you exactly how to release what's blocking your next income level and align your actions and energy to make receiving inevitable, so the money will take care of itself. Go to laurenwhite.com.au/session to secure your call and follow-up support.